Hello, welcome to Appliance Master Live. I'm Bill, and today I'm behind a Samsung French door refrigerator, about 12 years old, and picking up from where we left off last week with the compressors, I'm going to discuss the condenser coil and the role it plays in the functioning of your refrigerator. So let's take a look. I've already removed the screws from this panel, but before I took it off, I wanted to explain some things. Across this compressor and then blowing it through the condenser coils here, and through the back and then out here. Now this refrigerator has been cleaned and it looks really excellent actually at this point. So what typically happens is, particularly if you have pets or but even with human hair, dust, when it comes past the fan, it'll start to collect on the front of the condenser coil. And if you can imagine, quite often it's a thick like blanket of dust, pet hair, lint, everything you can imagine, and it creates a blockage like that. Once that occurs, your days are numbered. It can't. Once that film builds up on the outside and it can't release the heat, your system's going to overheat. And if the compressor overheats, well, inside the compressor, if you remember from last week, we had this oil. This is the oil that's inside the compressor, and it has a slight amber color to it. That's normal, but just like if you're cooking in your frying pan with oil, you can burn the oil turns dark brown, black, and it becomes, can become viscous, and the thickening of the oil can gum up parts inside the compressor, and then you've got real problems. So to prevent that, regular maintenance should be performed on here to come back and check to make sure everything's okay. You can even have issues with the condenser fan. Sometimes the blades break, they make excessive noise, and they can begin to fail. However, so when this gets dirty, when your condenser coil gets dirty, your cooling efficiency is going to go way down. So you're going to have longer run times, you're going to be wasting energy, and as well as potentially damaging the compressor. So, but there are ways to know if this is dirty without actually coming back and looking. Some of the early signs are if your ice production is slowed down or stopped. If you have an ice maker, they're very sensitive. They need at least somewhere 10 degrees below 10 degrees to cycle. So as it starts to warm up, your ice production will slow and then stop. Or if you don't have an ice maker, your ice cream, if it's usually very hard, you'll notice that might be softening because it's losing some of your cooling efficiency. And lastly is the exterior of the refrigerator. There are condenser loops or part of the coil in the case of the refrigerator. If that becomes warm to the touch, that's another sign the compressor, your refrigerator is working too hard. It's not releasing the heat that it should be, and you're going to feel that on the outside. As far as cleaning your condenser, that depends on the environment that it's in. If you have, even if you're single and you're the one human in the house, you're going to get dust and hair. It's just the way things are. The more people you have, if you have pets, if your pets have long hair, if you have, that's all going to add to the environment. It's going to make it require maintenance more frequently. So, and what happens is this collects all year long. But now that we're approaching the 80-degree days in May and approaching summer, you might hit a tipping point where the refrigerator just can't release the heat and it just won't work and it'll shut down completely. So, within the next couple weeks, pay particular attention to those early warning signs, and also Appliance Master is running a condenser coil cleaning special. You can call our office, speak to a representative, get the details on that. But pay attention to it now before you lose your food and possibly your compressor and have serious problems. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, and hopefully we'll look forward to seeing you next week. And again, ApplianceMaster.com, please like or share this video.